As we let this non-copyright music take us there, we're gonna restart again, man. It's kind of like the whole point of it all, right? Surviving, because, like we said last week, and these episodes and podcasts be just as much for me as it be for the viewers, right? And you invest so much time and thought in trying to prepare yourself for to be successful, and to be little shit, man, that you can't control. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand sometimes. I ain't gonna kick this back in the Facebook, man. You gotta let us be great, man. You know, you just gotta let us be great. That ain't the move, man. So now I gotta sit here and get back in my zone and shake that energy off, because that's what I'm practicing, right? And I'm practicing because that's what I'm preaching. I'm trying to hold myself accountable before I ask anybody else to hold themselves accountable and try to be better for them, right? Because then shit, what's the point of showing up if we're not gonna show up and show out? So we here for sure. Um, what's up? My man Young Hammer was on. My good bro Big Chuck was on. The homie Reed was on. You know me, man. If I just get one, we can have a conversation. You know, but there was three, so we was about to have a whole dialogue, and I was amped up, man. I was ready to get it in, man. Sheesh. Now if it was last week, which it happened again last week. Um, hey, and I keep taking my glasses off, man, because I really be trying not to give y'all the glare, right? And I want to hold my head down the whole time, but I don't mind showing y'all that dope crown. Did y'all see what it say? GBM. You know what it stand for? Great beards matter. You know. You see the logo. Oh, Eastwood. Talk to him good. Anyway, man, y'all know what it is. We back at it again. 7:26. 5 minutes into it. I'ma perfectly hope that folk come back on before 7:30, so we can have some dialogue for at least 30. You know, because it's a topic, man, that, like I was saying before we got rudely interrupted, Meta, Facebook, um, like I was saying before we got rudely interrupted, man. This is the topic being, we can't give up, right? As I was saying beforehand, uh, it's universal, man. It's a universal mindset. It really is. And with my experiences out here, by being outside in the public a little bit, um, just through daily travels, it's not gender, it's not race, it's not even economics that separate everybody. So here we go again, Mr. Facebook people. What is it, man? Is it this? Am I tripping? Are you gonna come? I don't think that's it. It didn't matter last time, and I don't believe it matters now. But now I gotta cheat over here. But anyway, man, we said 7:30 or 7:28. Give them 2 more minutes to come back, and then we're gonna get busy. We're gonna do what we do. Can't have any libations, so here's the you. Bars. Bars. Y'all see the logo. Y'all see the tumbler. You see, where we at? You see the match? There's a match. There's a match. Eastwood. Other way, dog. Other way, dog. Get it off your chin, man. That's gay. Hey, for sure. Excuse my language. I'm having a little fun, man. We gonna laugh so we don't cry about it. Dead. And I know I said 7:30, man, but I ain't gonna be on here all night. Especially if I'm talking to myself. So you got one more minute. Why not? At this point, we should have just did a video and then posted it, right? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there for the videos of just posting and wanting people to watch, right? I don't know. I think what we've been doing is the lane that we need to rock with in this type of format, for sure. All right. I'm going down to the last second, then I'm gonna click the music and we're gonna get busy and talk about what we talk about. We're gonna talk about surviving the way to everyday life and recognizing that when we're tired, it's okay because we ain't just out here. But we can't quit. So it's your man, Big Clip Eastwood, aka Mr. Gray Beards Matter. We are the Mature Authority, episode 26 of the Gray Beards Matter podcast. Y'all know what it is, man. And I'd be remiss if I ain't go ahead and highlight y'all about two things, man. Uh, Tonight's episode is brought to you, sponsored by my good man, Bumpy and Kid at Watts Cigars. Watts, that's WATS, and it stands for We Ain't the Same. They have a 6.5 by 54 box press cigar, medium plus build body. Had one last week. I got a couple more right here. Y'all think I'm playing? I think I'll be capping about who I put on. Right? That's not the case, man. And I don't really like indulging when I'm not with my people, man. But y'all, I think that y'all would be better seeing. Look at this, man. Do y'all see that box press cigar? 6.5 by 54. That's the gauge. 6.5, 54. Right? San Andreas wrapper with the Nicaraguan binder and filler. Y'all can check them out on Instagram at Watts Cigars. That's again WATS. And if you need to holler at Bumpy or Kid, it will get you what you need. Right now they have a special going on: buy three get one free. And if you know like I know and you smoke like I like to indulge, then by all means you need to holler at them and get right. So tonight's episode 26, is called "Other Survivor Series is When You're Tired." Dot 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 dot. But you can't quit. So what does that mean? Who does that apply to? In my opinion, in my vintage age, especially during these times, it applies to a lot of people, man. It's not race specific. It's not gender specific. It's not age specific. It's not economically specific. Uh, just today, man, I was getting some gas, fresh off work, F-150. So you already know what the gas tank look like, right? And you don't want to be there to begin with. So you get to the pump, Wawa's tripping. They got cones everywhere, so everybody's trying to get to a pump as soon as it gets available. So this gentleman is at a pump. He's inside. So I back up to where he's gonna pull out from, and he finally comes to his car, and he gets to his car. I look at my mirror. So, all right, better wait on, old boy. Start my truck up. I'm gonna back up when he takes off. And I'm looking in my mirrors, right? And looking in my left mirror, driver's side. Look at my passenger mirror. I don't see cuz. So I get out, of course. That's what we do. We get out, try to find out what's going on. And oh boy's just sitting in his car eating. Like, bruh, do you not see the chaos that's going on around this joint? So I asked him, I said, yo, you getting gas? What's up? I'm waiting on my receipt. Like I said, old boy is sitting in his gas, sitting in his car. The handle is in the pump. I'm not understanding out the gate how you are in your car eating, waiting on your receipt. So Clip tells Mac, man, just go get back in your truck. It ain't even worth it. That's what I do, right? I get in, look at my mirror, old boy pulls off. All right, cool. See, it wasn't worth it, why address it? You don't know what's cracking with him. You don't know. He might be having a technical issue. Whatever. It happens, right? Lo and behold, his other homeboy, or his homeboy came out. I guess he had his receipt and his food too, and they got in the car. They took off. Get out the car. There's a lady older than I am, who doesn't look like me. She was white. She was driving either a Honda CRV or something along those lines. She had glasses and the little curly blonde hair and the Liberian skirt on, and she says, golly, these gas prices went right back up, didn't they? And she's smiling, right? Because it's like she sees a 6'3", 240+ pound black guy at the gas station. He's going through the same thing she's going through, and it's a safe space because it can't be all that bad for just her. And immediately, right, I was like, you know what? All we gotta do is watch the news in the morning. We can figure it out, huh? She says, you better know it, buddy. Hey, yo, when I tell you that tickled me, man, and it really let me see how tonight's topic is relevant to more than just the other conversations that I have with people that led me to this topic. I knew that what we're doing here, what we talk about, is all right, right, and cool. So again, it's what's the 9th of June, man. Episode 26 of the Great Bears Matter podcast, Survivor Series. When you're tired, but you can't quit. So what does it talk about? What's that mean? Like, think about it. What does that look like? What does we can't quit mean? Let me get to my notes, so we can all get right. We can't say that everybody's all gas, no brakes every day, right? We understand that is fatiguing, but what does fatigue look like, right? It's not just being sleepy, for sure. Fatigue comes in when you are exhausted, right? And exhaustion just doesn't mean from a physical standpoint. You can be mentally exhausted. You can be emotionally exhausted. You can be socially exhausted because people just have a way of wearing on you, right? Because it's never hurry. It's never hurry up or woe is me or not no woe is me. It's never really an issue until it's their issue, and then they want all the urgency, right? They want the fire trucks coming and the fire ambulance coming and the first responders and yo, can you help me? Can you do this? Can I, everything at that point is critical, but when it's not them, it's not, right? And sometimes when you have people around you who don't recognize that others go through as well, then that can become exhausting, right? Or you have sometimes people that just don't know how to cope with what's going on, right? Or they don't know how to cope with what's going on with others, nor do they have the capacity or mm, the spatial concern to tell them, hey, I'm at my wit's end. My cup runneth over. Let's do something else today, right? Like let's talk about something else. Like what is our solution to what you're talking about? Because here it is Friday, but you came into the office, you came into the barbershop, you came into the circle, you came into my space Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with nothing but blah 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 blah. And now here you are receiving all that negative energy, and that can be exhausting, right? You can get tired of it. It can be taxing. Then when you're dealing with that, how do you address your own stuff, right? And then we already talked about the financial aspect of being in today's society. Unless you got it like that, and not everybody does. And I'm everybody. You know, things are getting tighter. Things are going up. Other people are getting taxed to produce. So therefore, who do we think is paying the cost difference? Us, the consumer. So then when your bills increase or it costs more to live, but your income and your wages haven't increased, that could be pretty taxing. It could be exhausting, right? And when all that's going on, if your faith isn't founded, or even if your faith is founded, let's not put everybody who walks around with the Holy Ghost in their heart and their minds and their mouths. Don't Let's not make them exempt from being spiritually exhausted as well, right? So you make a point, or you try to make a point to keep that to the foremost of your mind, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be religious, right? Because everybody here isn't religious, and that's cool. But from a spiritual standpoint, from an inside standpoint, like it can be exhausting. So we go back to for us coaching ourselves up, right? But if you're blessed and fortunate that you have the divine intervention on you, right? And then you have it on you, then you can have it in you. And if you have it in you, give you a little more strength than you think that you got, right? Or that you have, because that weight becomes unbearable at times. You don't know how you got through, right? But you've been taught, you've been learned, you've been coached, you've been trained to not quit. So long as you say, I got to keep on moving, right? Because we can't get to the mountaintop. We can't get to the finish line if we don't keep on stepping. This finish line is not going to come to us. And I don't particularly care about what happened yesterday, because guess what? I can't go back to yesterday. And I really try to plan for the future to make that easier. But guess what? I can't fast forward to get to the future. But what's going on around me right now, that's what I can affect. And that's what I have to affect, because that's what's affecting me. And I get it, man. And then when your finances, your emotions come in, your spiritual come in, if you happen to be in one, your relationship or relationships become exhausted. I'm talking your better half, your significant other, your homeboys, your homegirls, your co-workers. When things get on you, you don't necessarily know or have the capacity to understand what you're going through. And then when you may not understand what you're going through, how you react to others could be universal, right? And then if it's wrong or negative or not as positive as you usually would be, then you are universally affecting them the same. And if they happen to give a damn, if they happen to pay attention to you, if they happen to take 1 second to look beyond themselves, they'll know that you have changed, right? Altered, moving different. Something is amiss. Like, I give a damn enough to say, damn, what's up a clip? Or, everything good, dog? Right? Because I want to be of the attention span to say what's good with you if that's what you're going through, right? Or if somebody's in my circle and they're going through it, and I can be like, hey, what's up? You sound different, you look different, you're moving differently, or you ain't moving at all. What's up? What's to you, right? And if they have the trust, the fortitude, and the searching to want to talk about it, then good for you, better for them, because they need that outlet, right? And a lot of times, self included, we try to find outlets that are only for that moment, i.e., the gym, i.e., the motorcycle, i.e., the bicycle, i.e., whatever's on YouTube, or call yourself researching, trying to fine tune more stuff, right? Not necessarily this, right? So I know for a good 30, 45, maybe an hour, I'm cool. And it's cool. Uh, like we've been on here, I don't know, shoot, how long we been on here? 23 minutes. The other joint was 15 minutes before FB got to tripping. No pressure. And guess what? There's nobody on here currently right now other than myself. And I'm cool. Because the more I talk about it, the more I talk to you, the more I have insight, the more it helps me, the more I can help somebody else, right? But it all starts with being accessible, showing up, having an ear, being intentional, being authentic. And that's what's up. So why don't we talk about things when we feel that we are exhausted in any of those areas we spoke on? Um, oh, your beers in this joint. Welcome to the Gray Beards Matter Podcast, episode 26. Where we are the mature authority. We are talking about folks getting tired. Man, yo, here comes Facebook again with this stuff, man. So apparently, I don't know what's going on my end, not my phone. Facebook is saying actions need to be taken. It's closing unused actions or applications. But we're gonna rock out until they close us down. It happened already once today, but we're not even gonna dwell on that, right? So we talk about why don't we talk about things when we get tough, right? Because somewhere along the way, that's what we were taught. We were taught to hold it in, be strong, tighten up, chest out, back strong. You know what I'm saying? Handle it. Don't nobody care about your problems, but that's not necessarily true. And I want to say that's men, right? Especially men, because we're supposed to be the head of the household, right? 10 toes down. Everybody come to you back strong, chin up, dog. Don't let them see you snicker, grr, all that. But even with that, when that happens, that could be exhausting, right? Because everybody has a point to the point where, damn, what's up? Um, I don't want to hit nothing, man, because I swear it's gonna close down, and I'm not gonna come back tonight, right? I promise you, I won't. I will go live on YouTube. I'll try it over there. But that's not cool for today's society, male or female, not age specific, not gender specific. Well, I said male or female, or race specific to assume all those burdens, right? Uh, you want to have the ability or the capacity or the fortunate nature to have somebody that you can holler at. You know, um, let it be a stranger, somebody who don't know you, right? A therapist even. Sometimes those are the best people because they can't judge you, right? You don't have to worry about seeing them again. You don't have to worry about your vulnerabilities being exposed to you at a later date. What they gonna do? Lose their license because they put your business out there? Ah. But when you talk to your homeboys or your homegirls, your cousins, spouses, children sometimes, neighbors, and you open up and you feel that stuff, you could be having a little bit of accessibility there, so, right, or a little bit of vulnerability there, because you put on this impression of who you are, who you want them to see, and when we do that, it is not that it's not authentic, but that's who we feel in that moment, right? And that's who we typically are. But when the exhaustion sets in and you get tired and that fortitude becomes heavy, then what, right? Let's say you open up to somebody and then you shock them with your vulnerability and they happen to repeat it. Well, one, you already know you can't spin the block with them no more, period. Two, it's okay because you came from a space and you needed to get that off. Three, they don't even hollering at them because then you address a whole different kind of attitude that you have, right? And those, trust me, because I know those types of reactions to those types of emotions typically don't end well, right? And what I can tell you for sure, two things for certain, is that consequences aren't necessarily in the moment. Those moments linger. Those moments extend way past that present. But like I said, we don't worry about yesterday because we can't go back and change it. The future ain't gonna come fast enough, but in the present where we can handle what's going on right now, then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna try to show up, put our best foot forward. We're gonna try to make wise decisions, right? But then we go back to having that confidant, that person that you can rely on. That when you feel that things are getting exhausting, which could be overwhelming, you might want to have somebody that you can consult with and say, hey, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm thinking of, this is what I want to deal with, this is how I want to handle it. Can I trust you to give me some advice? And if you have that person, by all means, hear what they have to say. Don't make a decision that can alter how you live later on, right? And then give them some grace because the answer they might give you might not be anywhere near what you want to hear, and you might be too hard headed to want to live up to it, or not live up to it, but to do it and think that you got it your way. And if that's the case, whatever comes from it, then you got to stand on that. You got to live with that, and that's cool because typically that's how we try to function anyway. But is that right all the time? No. Eastwood, no. All right. How do we survive it? Right? Survivor Series. Well, one, we can't fake it. Right? We can't fake surviving. There's no way anybody in this world can fake survival. Right? You first survive by showing up, putting yourself in a position to get through. You wake up, say your prayers, you got a choice and a chance. God damn it. Put your dukes up. Get in the fight. Take your hands out your pockets. Get your hands up, right? Nobody can fight for you. Not true. You don't want to have somebody who's willing to fight for you by themselves. Let them see that you're going to make a better effort for you than they will. Then I promise you, 8 times out of 10, they're not going to step back and be like, yo, you got it, shorty. Handle your business. Keep your guard up. Keep your guard up. Nah. They're going to go back to back, shoulder to shoulder with you because they want to see you succeed. And it's crazy, right? Transparency moment. The other day, I seen an underdog or somebody who wasn't supposed to win. and they did, and the emotions that they showed when they accomplished, right, because they had whatever it was going against them prior to, and they fought so hard that when they crossed their finish line first, they couldn't control it. And then I found myself feeling kind of, I'm not gonna call it simpy, over over overcome with joy for them, right? I'm having to blink a couple, two, three times, like, oh, pull it together, big fella. And that's okay, right? Because it's okay to see somebody else win and you be happy for them, right? But when we get so exhausted and we dealing with our own, and we dealing with everybody else, then sometimes we don't take the opportunity to see those type of things and moments happen. And those type of moments that happen that don't necessarily have anything to do with us can usually be part of the reasons why we have to keep showing up, so we can hopefully feel what they feel. Right? We have to be conscious that when we rest, that's not quitting. Right? Sitting down, catching your breath, getting your stuff together, it's not quitting. It's giving yourself an opportunity to keep on fighting with the same strength and vigor that you need to. But you can't run yourself to exhaustion where you can't do yourself any good anymore. That's defeating the purpose. Structure goes along with that, right? When you're taking time to reset yourself and you get a little bit of structure and figure out how you're going to do, then that's going to allow you to be more efficient emotionally, physically, mentally. I'm guilty of not always following that. So how can we help each other on there? We talked about finding somebody, or you might even find a community, a service, or these groups that are on these social medias. You don't necessarily, and I don't have to vocalize what's going on in there with you, but you can at least scroll through, see what else is going on, and see who's there that may be going through similar situations, right? Or may have different resources for you. Just like this Great Bears Matter podcast, man. There's more people come on here that look and talk, and that's cool. Tonight, I don't know what's going on. I don't even think it's sent it out for real. But I'm gonna record it, and hopefully it records. And if it don't, well, I guess I got to spin the block and do it again. But anyway, we're showing up, right? And most importantly, you got to figure out what's your why. Why are you fighting? Why are your dukes up? Why are you shooting up? Why are you not quitting? And if it's fortunate enough that you have found something that's better, that beholds greater than yourself, keep it. Keep it close to your heart. Keep it foremost in your mind. Because sometimes, if you're so lucky, somebody gonna come through. Especially when you need it the most. And you'll win, right? In the end, I'm gonna say this. Let me see here. I got a little something for y'all. There were days I didn't feel like getting on that bike. There were days I didn't feel like setting up this podcast. But were days at work that broke a brother off. There are days that you went through. There's days at work beat you up. There's days that you didn't want to hear. There's days that your neighbors took you through it. There's days that traffic took you through it. But every Thursday, where we at? Right here at the Great Bears Matter podcast. I appreciate y'all coming in and tuning in, man. I hope that this jump records. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the FB today. I'm praying that it did, man, because we've been on this jump for 35 minutes, and it's cool. So yo, hey KC, bump, hey man, this is my second time coming on. FB Meta was tripping earlier. and it bumped me, man. I came back on. I've been on 36, bro. QB, KC, and bump. Hey, gosh darn it. I was just closing out. But anyway, as I was telling y'all earlier, tonight's episode brought to you by Watch Cigars. We ain't the same. You can check them out on Instagram. You want that 6.5 by 54 box press fire in the San Andreas wrapper with the Nicaraguan binder and filler. I tried to show y'all once, but my man pulled up on me. And I gotta let him know, hey, Bump, you see it's the only comment on the joint. I gave him an example of what it looked like. It's fine. Look at this, man. 54. 6. 54. Box press. Man, this the camera ain't doing it no justice. It's not really doing it no justice. San Andreas wrapper. Nicaraguan binder and filler. They got a special going on. Buy 3, get 1 free. If you want the plug, holler at me. I know them good people over there. If you don't want the plug, by all means, go direct. Instagram, Watch Cigars, holler at Bump, holler at Kid. They got you. If you need the cigars at your events, they know who to call. They'll make it happen. Anyway, man, episode 26. Gray Beards Matter Podcast, where we are the mature authority. By all means, you know the topic. When you get tired, that's cool. Reset. Just don't quit. And we out.